Let me start with something that might make you sit up a little straighter. Your blood sugar may be on a roller coaster ride like mine was when I first got diagnosed. And I know that's why you may have clicked on this video. Well, you won't be disappointed. So stay with me because in a few minutes, I'm going to tell you the exact mix of natural ingredients that I blended together. And the next morning, my blood sugar was so normal, you could swear I didn't even have diabetes. But don't skip ahead, because before I tell you that, you need the full picture, okay? Because if you only focus on one remedy, you're missing the real power. These remedies work better in clusters or combinations than they do by themselves. Just like Batman is good, but Batman with Robin is on a whole nother level. But first, let's break down the 11 natural remedies that actually move the needle and the 3 combinations that can change your entire blood sugar story like it did mine. But before we dive in, let me tell you about the moment that I realized natural remedies weren't cute suggestions. They were powerful tools. A few years ago, before I learned any of this, I was the girl waking up every morning scared to open my glucose app or use my glucose monitor to run my numbers. One morning, it said 280. I stared at that number like it betrayed me. And to cut a long story short, my doctor increased my medications. I was taking Metformin, higher insulin dosage, blood pressure pills, and cholesterol medication. It was like I had just opened up a small pharmacy in my own home. And I remember thinking, there has to be another way. My life cannot just be refills and side effects. That's when I started researching natural remedies. And the first one I tried was Ceylon cinnamon, Ceylon, and I put it in warm water. Did it fix everything overnight? No. But it did lower my blood sugar the next day. Yes, of course it did. Did it give me hope? Absolutely. And that hope is what carried me right into discovering the remedies that we're about to talk about. So let's get into them. And remember, you're going to want to stay until we get to that nighttime drink that changed the whole diabetes game for me. And oh my goodness, that thing was working overtime while I slept. The first natural remedy is cinnamon. It's the insulin whisperer. Well, that's what I call it. Cinnamon is one of the first remedies that people hear about, but most folks don't know why it works. It literally helps your body use insulin better. Your cells stop acting stubborn and start letting the glucose in. The trick? Yeah, but here's the key. Use Ceylon cinnamon as I suggested, not the cheap cassia kind. Add it to tea, sprinkle it on oatmeal, or mix it in a warm drink before bedtime. And don't think cinnamon is a solo act, because later on, I'm going to tell you the combination where cinnamon becomes the superstar. Next is fenugreek, the seed that slows everything down. Yes, fenugreek is one of the most underrated natural remedies. You soak the seeds or take them as a powder, and it literally slows the absorption of carbs, which means your blood sugar stays calm, steady, instead of skyrocketing like a roller coaster that didn't ask for your consent. People sleep on fenugreek, but the ones who use it swear by it. Next up is bitter melon, the natural insulin activator. This one is also a game changer. Bitter melon is not for the faint-hearted, though. That thing is bitter, like it's holding a grudge. But wow, does it work? It helps your body mimic insulin and helps your pancreas act right. And yes, I use the powdered form in my nighttime blend. And yes, it tastes exactly like the name indicates. But the results, baby, bitter melon came to the job and came to get it done. So don't sleep on this one. Next up is garlic and ginger. I call them the power couple. Garlic is not just for cooking anymore. it improves insulin sensitivity. It fights inflammation. It reduces oxidative stress. And ginger, it steps right in to calm your stomach, improve digestion, fight inflammation, and keep your blood sugar steady. Now here's where it gets good. Garlic, ginger, and turmeric together. That's a trio so strong that it needs its own superhero movie. More on that combination in a minute. Next up is apple cider vinegar. This one is the blood sugar bouncer. You take apple cider vinegar before meals, and it literally slows down how fast your blood sugar rises. It tells glucose, not cutting the line this time. Go to the back of the line. All you have to do is to just dilute 1 tablespoon in water. Don't drink it straight unless you want your throat to pack up and leave. Next up is green tea. This one is metabolism's favorite friend. Green tea is loaded with antioxidants that help your body handle insulin better. Some people drink it in the morning for energy. That doesn't mess with their blood sugar. For energy, that doesn't mess with their blood sugar, sorry. Matcha green tea, that's even better. Berberine is another powerful natural remedy. Some people call it nature's Metformin. And honestly, it earned that title, if you ask me. It lowers fasting glucose, A1C, insulin, and triglycerides. But just be careful. If you already take Metformin, talk to your doctor. You don't want a double dose effect. I would even recommend using it less than the others that I mentioned before. Next up is Chromium. This is the insulin enhancer. It helps your cells respond to insulin properly. People with diabetes are often chronically low in chromium. It also pairs beautifully with vanadium. These two together, a match made in glucose-controlled heaven. Now on to vanadium. This is the insulin mimic. It acts like insulin. Seriously. Well, here's the catch. It's not for long-term use. It's something that you cycle on and off because your body doesn't need it constantly. And again, when paired with chromium, though, wow, the results hit faster and it hit hard. You better believe that. Now let's continue. Next up is magnesium. This is quiet deficiency nobody talks about. Most diabetics are low in magnesium, and low magnesium means poor insulin sensitivity, poor sleep, poor everything. Magnesium helps your insulin work better and helps you sleep better. And you already know, poor sleep means higher morning blood sugar numbers. So you want to get that beauty rest. Magnesium saved me many mornings. I can attest to that. Next up is turmeric. This is the anti-inflammatory powerhouse. It doesn't just help blood sugar, but it helps reduce inflammation, which diabetics have a lot of. It also helps your body process insulin more effectively. Now here's where things get interesting. Turmeric, ginger, and garlic are amazing individually, but combined, they create a powerful anti-inflammatory blood sugar balancing blend that works beautifully for many people. And yes, this combo is part of my nighttime blend that I mentioned before. Yes, I mentioned this earlier in the video, if you may remember. Well, here's the full story for the big review that I promised. One night, I was so fed up. I was tired of experimenting, tired of waking up with numbers that looked like I was eating cake in my sleep. So I said, okay, let me stop playing around and combine everything I learned. So here's what I did. I blended turmeric, ginger, garlic, bitter melon powder, half a green apple, and spring water. I thought of adding honey, but with the garlic and bitter melon, that wouldn't change the taste. So I poured some in a glass and I drank it, and then put the rest in the refrigerator. Then I went to bed. Next morning, my blood sugar was normal. I mean normal. And the day before, it was 160. And I sat on the bed like, wait. What did I just create? Well, here's the thing. I didn't tell people this drink was a cure. I considered it to be my tool. One powerful tool in a whole toolbox. But once I found that it worked, I made it a part of my nightly regimen. And over time, I reduced it to 3 nights per week, and it still worked. I hope you're getting some value from this video so far. If you are, then you will definitely love my diabetic comeback system. This bundle goes more in depth into everything that worked for me when I was diagnosed with diabetes 4 years ago. I was able to get my A1C, listen to this, I got it down from 13.0 to 5.5 in 6 months. I used many of these natural remedies that I spoke about in this video, including other things that are exclusive to those who are really serious about controlling, managing, and reversing their diabetes. Grab the bundle from the link in the description. Now let's continue. I'm going to tell you a story. I'm a storyteller. I once met a man in the produce aisle in the supermarket staring at a bunch of bitter melons like it was a math problem that he did a study for. And he said to me, "Miss, does this thing even work?" I laughed and I said, "It works great if you can handle how it tastes." He said, "If it lowers my sugar, I'll drink it with my eyes closed." A month later, I ran into him again because we lived in the same area. And he told me his fasting blood sugar dropped 40 points after adding bitter melon tea twice a week. He said the taste was still terrible, but he was willing to suffer for the results. I told him how I combined other ingredients to make it even more powerful. One of my close friends also noticed her numbers rising every morning. She didn't change her diet. She didn't change her meals, but she tried one thing: cinnamon plus warm water every night. 2 weeks later, her fasting blood sugar dropped from 180 plus to 130 plus. It was all about consistency and not magic. Now, before we wrap up, listen to me clearly. Natural remedies work, but only when you use them consistently and correctly. And when you pair them together, some go into meals like garlic, ginger, turmeric. Some are supplements like Chromium, Berberine, Magnesium, and Vanadium. Some are teas, some are powders. If you want to see the exact supplements, powders, teas, and natural remedies I personally use, check out my Amazon shop below this video. Now, let's go ahead and get you to hit my like button for this video, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell, okay? Because we're going to get into the foods that secretly raise your blood sugar even when you think they're healthy foods. That one is going to shock people. It may just shock you. Oh, and please remember to grab the Diabetes Comeback System bundle from the link in the description. You will thank me later. Now, are you ready to change your diabetes journey like I did? Let's get your numbers down naturally, powerfully, and consistently. How about that? See you in the next video, and thanks for watching.